Hey there, Kavan here. Today I'm going to review Vincent's Twitter presence because I want to help him level up. So let's jump into it. So I met Vincent probably like 2 months ago when we started. I don't know where we met each other, but probably through some replies. And I know that he wants to level up and get a bigger following, get a better presence. So I'm imagining myself as a stranger coming onto his profile. And the first thing I look is like Vincent Poe. Okay, that's great. Oh, what a friendly person. That's great. The banner is not very appealing because I think of the color tone, like black, and then there's a transparent background. It looks like something you made with like Microsoft Word. So, and there's a lot of big words like systemizing, automation. So it's not very nice. I think that is something that has to be changed. And then when I read the bio, it talks about B2B knowledge, creator business, solopreneurs, freelancers. One thing I noticed is that he has gotten the persona down, like creators, solopreneurs, freelancers. But this line doesn't really tell me what you're able to share. I mean, it's in here, but they are still quite buzzword. One thing I would recommend is that try to just like narrow down to one outcome or benefit that people can get from you and try to rewrite the sentence that way so that people know, oh, I follow you, Vincent, and I'm going to learn how to get there. And then co-founder of a company, that's okay. And then I read, join my Walk With Me newsletter below. Okay. And the thing is, this line and then this link, which goes to the newsletter, and then there's the newsletter again. These are repeated 3 times. And if you read the words, it's the same thing. So I feel like we don't really need it 3 times. If the newsletter is already here, then we can remove the link and remove this line. We don't really need that. But what we need in the bio is a bit of personality, because now I'm just reading Vincent as someone who's like, okay, a veteran in business and gonna teach us like some very technical things, but not really a human being. So I would recommend digging into what Vincent really wants to show and put it as the second line of the bio. And then I come to this following and followers number, and the ratio is pretty off. It immediately tells me that, oh, Vincent is trying really hard to get attention on Twitter because he's following way more people than his follower count. And this is not good because this gives off a perception to people. So I would kind of clean up this list a little bit. Just, you don't have to have less than follower, but at least not that far off. Okay. And then I also look at the pinned tweet. I think this is a wasted opportunity because the first thing I read is that it's very cluster. It's like 4 lines in one go. And usually that doesn't do well. Like on Twitter, you want to have nice formatting so that you attract people to read it. So my own opinion is that no more than 2 or 3 lines each time, and use a lot of line break to space it out. But also, like, this tweet just doesn't read very nicely. 20 years in professional training and course. I guess most of the people lose interest by here. So I read a lot more tweets from Vincent, and I think the opening line needs to be stronger. Like something that, when people read, you're like, ooh, what's going on here? I want to read more. And that's the same pattern over here. Okay. Let's talk about engagement. So I actually click over here to tweets and replies, and I'll take a look. I really like that Vincent has been jumping into conversations like Peter Levels, Victoria's, and the way he replies is very friendly, and it kind of keeps the conversation going. Josh here, Arvid here. But I do notice one thing. These are all big influencers. And I get it. Like, we all want to jump to influencers' tweets to reply there so that we can get some, exposure for our account. But what I'm seeing right now is that Vincent is able to probably get some traffic to come into his profile, but because his profile is not really like optimized, so that he cannot retain people are not clicking that follow button because of all the things that I said. And second of all, because he's only interacting with all these like big people, then the chances of these people coming to his tweet, like this list over here, to interact is very low as well. So my advice to people early on Twitter is that go to influencers' tweets to engage, but you really want to focus your energy to engage with your peers. Peers, I don't mean like same age or same field or same experience in your topic, but peers in terms of Twitter. So if you have similar follower count, you are peers. And interact with these peers because you care about them, they will care about you. They would come back to your tweet to interact with you, but not the big guys. So from what I see, that's something that Vincent can work on for sure. And lastly, I know that it might be frustrating to see that there's no like, no reply to most of the tweets. But remember, only 1%, usually 1% of your follower can see the tweet. So with 152 followers, that's kind of like 1.5 people can see your tweet. So if you can get 2 likes, that's pretty good already. But again, I think we have more important things to work with, which is the first impression here and also the interaction with peers. All right, thanks for watching this video. I'll see you somewhere else.